Всем доброго времени суток, с вами Александр Кондрашов, и сегодня мы начинаем проходить игру под названием Bear with me. Я, короче говоря, читал и забыл. Это английская идиома, означающая то ли извините меня, что-то в таком духе. Я к следующей, возможно, серии посмотрю, но я сейчас буду писать сразу пачкой и так далее. Короче говоря, что это такое? Если что, я титр просто пущу. Да что такая собака? Просто помылся только-только, и вот она слезает. Поэтому я такой весь аккуратный, такой перелизанный, весь такой фу. Короче говоря, смысл в чем? Это комедийный, полу-пародийный, скажем так, квест, такой пародия на НУАР и все дела, так, кстати, наверное. О, песенка там уже закончилась. Короче говоря, туда-сюда начинается. Короче говоря, это, говорю, пародия на нуарные такие детективы. Это квестик, он, в принципе, довольно простой. Я не помню, где он, откуда меня заинтересовал. Он выходил по эпизодам, по-моему, в 17-м еще году. Или в 18-м. Не помню. В общем, смысл в том, что, по-моему, возможно, летом 18-го он вышел. Короче, смысл в том, что там 3 эпизода, и я проходил 2, третий, он как вышел, я его купил, так и не прошел в результате. А теперь буду все проходить под запись. Поэтому, чем там дело кончилось, я не знаю. Но первые 2 я прошел, даже все ачивки собрал. Здесь это потом все буду за кадром, наверное, добывать, а здесь какие пройдутся. Короче говоря, прикольная игрушка, веселая, со всякими, говорю, забавными отсылками и прочим. Но местами есть даже жутковатые определенные эпизоды. Короче говоря, классная игра, мне она очень понравилась и так далее, поэтому давайте... Поехали. На случай Bear, потому что там плюшевый медведь, один из главных героев. Представляем про такой хоррор, все дела.
Wake up.
Ну, вот, собственно, все так. Я не знаю, куда я буду вешать камеру. Камеру, наверное, здесь у нас что? У нас просто настройки, да. Отлично, значит, камеру, наверное, буду вешать вот в этот угол. Потому что здесь наш инвентарь. Швейцарский армейский нож. А его нельзя там пока никак, да? Проэкспирт. Я уже давно, поскольку в это играл, я ничего не помню. Сейчас буду, наверное, тупить жестко и так далее. Так.
It's my bed. It comes with all the luxuries a bed should have.
Здесь, короче, можно тыкаться абсолютно во все, и на все есть какие-нибудь свои комментарии. Причем некоторые еще весьма забавные. Так.
If I had a label maker, I would label this Amber's stuff, and I would keep my label maker there.
Так, только батарейка тут есть.
It's as useful as batteries are. That's saying a lot. I'll just pick this up. You never know when it might come in handy.
Никогда не знаешь, когда это может пригодиться. Это, естественно, то есть, поскольку это квест, это тыкаешь, ходишь и так далее. Здесь так, по-моему, ходить нельзя, да, здесь только мышкой можно. Поэтому, короче говоря, это надолго. В каком смысле батарея? Ну он здесь ничего не говорит. Окей.
It's filled with stuff I brought from the city. It's all about the birds and the bees, and how the birds like to eat the bees and other insects. The tools I use to transfer my genius onto paper. My collection of paintings. Mom said I could have any painting in the house for my room. It was a rigorous selection process. It's a broken clock. Totally useless without the small hand. A miracle of modern technology. It's just an empty glass. Early bird cornflakes. I like to eat them in the evening, completely disregarding their overly advertised intended use. I've read all of these. Some of my favorites are The Adventures of Whodunit. Done it like almost gets whacked. There is no I in crime, except for that one. And Love and Other Words, a dictionary review.
Ну, здесь еще, естественно, шутки, которые на игре слов, они их реально так неплохо так адаптировали в целом.
I just can't seem to find any time in my busy schedule to unpack properly.
Так, а вот то, что там очки.
They belong to my mom. She must have forgotten them in here when she was cleaning. I don't really need glasses, but maybe they'll come in handy. Better take them with me just in case. I use this chest as a reading bench sometimes. Unlike most women, I just like to sit near the window on a cold autumn day under a warm blanket with a good book. It's just this weird quirk I have. Nothing interesting about them. Well, one of them has a PhD in clinical virology, so I guess that's something.
То есть большую часть этих видео про Bear With Me я буду на самом деле просто сидеть и молчать и смотреть на все это и так далее.
Since I'm paying for the view, I might as well enjoy it. I don't have a green thumb, like, at all. Well, I do now, but I was doodling with a green crayon last night.
Да, растения же забудешь.
Folium cadent. When was the last time I watered this? Oh, that's right, I didn't. It's really hanging in there.
Лист. То есть это не только забрать, это и заменить. Так, ну вроде все. А, радио еще есть.
Sometimes I hear voices coming out of it. They're usually kind of informative. Millie, my toy giraffe. I've had her since I was 5 years old. She seems frightened. I should talk to her.
То есть это такая тема, то есть воображение девочки всякое вот такое придумывает она со своими плюшевыми игрушками и так далее.
It seems you had a nightmare.
Yeah, but I can handle nightmares. Never mind that now, Millie. What are you doing here? Is everything okay?
Oh no, miss. Something terrible is happening down in Paper City. I came here as soon as I could. I wanted to warn you and your brother not to go there, but when we arrived, I could only find you.
What do you mean?
Miss, I'm afraid your brother is missing.
I have to go find Flint. Millie, you stay here and rest. I'll come and check up on you later.
Please, before you go around looking for your brother, miss, go and find Mr. Bear and ask him to come along. He's retired now, but he was always so fond of you. I'm sure he'll help you out. He may not be an easygoing man, but he has a kind heart.
Ted? I know where he is. He has a small office in my closet, but Ted and we can't work together anymore. Mostly because I'm still smart and driven and he's become a burnout.
I haven't seen him since he left the city. But whatever falling out you two had, I beg you to reconcile.
Okay, Millie, I'll go ask him. But I'm not sure if he'll even hear me out. We left off on a really bad note.
It's a shame you two aren't working together anymore. You were always such good friends. But for your sake, miss, please don't go wandering around alone. There is something else I haven't told you about. The reason I came all the way down here. There is this man that came down to Paper City a week ago. He's asking a lot of questions about you.
What man?
We call him the Red Man. There were a lot of fires down in the city this past week. Ever since he showed up. The officials are burying their heads in the sand, while this man has an entire city, your city, miss, cowering in fear.
Well, Paper City Police Department isn't known for its heroic head-on approach to crime fighting.
The mayor and the commissioner have issued a citywide lockdown until all of this is sorted out. A lot of people are escaping the city. We managed to escape through the East Tunnel's maintenance route, but most of the exits are closed off now.
You said we escaped. Is someone else here with you?
The Mugshot boys helped me through the East Tunnel. Bless their hearts. We arrived at Flint's room, but he wasn't there, so I came here to wake you up.
I have to go now, Millie. I'll be back as soon as I can to come check on you. Do you need anything?
I'm fine, little miss. I just need to rest is all. Please, before you go out, find Mr. Bear and ask him to come along.
Окей, поехали.
Amber Ashworth, if I had a nickel for every time this broad got me into trouble, I'd be neck deep in nickels right now. Something was different this time. I could feel it in the air. Someone really put the scares on her. Despite her fragile appearance, Amber's a tough kid, so it was unusual to see her like this. She starts talking, and I start pretending I don't care. I told her I'm retired, for good this time.
А посмотрю, если там не будет в том углу ничего появляться, вот в этом. Значит, надо туда
Fell on deaf
повешу.
ears again. Anyway, she starts talking about Millie, Paper City, her brother, and all that jazz. And I'm wondering how many times we've gone through this before. You see, we have this routine where she asks me for help, as she always does. And I play hard to get, as I always do. Eventually, I give in. We've done this so many times I've lost count.
Я не знаю куда. Ну, ладно.
She knows the drill, and so do I. Might as well just hear her out. Her words ring through my office. They get stuck in this haze around my head. And then they get lost in the cold autumn rain outside, tapping on my window in this hypnotic manner. It's calming in a way. Or is it the booze that makes me calm?
Может, я буду камеру убирать в этот момент.
Not much to do when you're retired, and hobbies were never my cup of tea. I know her standing in my doorway with her lady in distress shtick means bad news for me, and yet I know I'm in for it again. The sun is slowly setting and the rain gets heavy. The news said there will be a storm tonight.
Я не помню, что он там пьет. Там сейчас будет это дело.
Hi, Ted. I heard you've retired, but
Cut the ceremony, doll. I ain't doing it.
doing what?
Whatever little plan you've schemed up this time to ruin my life. You're bad news, doll. Always were. Do me a solid this time and leave me out of it. I'm busy.
I knew you wouldn't help me. I only asked because Millie insisted you come along.
Millie, are we investigating old wives' tales now? It's getting late, doll. Shouldn't you be in bed?
I was in bed. Millie woke me up.
Well, you should ask her to help you out then.
So, you're saying I should ask an old blind woman to help me out?
That old broad is tougher than she looks. Now, if you don't mind, I have some real work to do.
Oh my god, you're still mad at me? After all this time? I really need your help, and I kind of promised Millie I would ask you to come along.
Mad? Why would I be mad? I was almost thrown into a wood chipper thanks to you. I was lucky. One of the guys we investigated is in my bird-watching, poker and cigar club. And where were you? You ran off.
I was following a lead, somewhere else.
Yeah? What'd you found out?
Not much.
Not a goddamn thing. Listen, doll, I've got a nice little setup here. Lately, I've been doing some tailing work for jealous husbands down in the city. Bunch of nervous train wrecks, but the money is good. I grew tired of pulling bloated toys out of Dredge River. Our days of crime fighting are over. That whole thing, it's behind us. It belongs in the past. Capiche?
You've been practicing this speech, haven't you?
A little bit. How was it?
It was okay. The part about the bodies was a bit much.
I threw that in for dramatic effect. It wasn't in the original draft, though.
Блин, ты
No,
классно,
no, it
серьезно.
was good. It gets the point across.
Does it really? You're still here, and I still have a lot of work to do.
Do we really have to do this whole bit again?
Fine. This is dragging on for way too long, and it's past my office out. What's this nonsense all about anyways?
So, according to Millie, a lot of things are happening down in Paper City lately.
What things?
Like, all sorts of bad things. And there's this guy that's responsible.
according to Millie.
The mayor has issued a citywide lockdown. No one is allowed to leave or enter the city limits until all of this is sorted out. They've managed to escape through the East Tunnel maintenance route, but I think that's been closed off too.
They?
Вроде братья Кралики, а кто они кралики, я не помню. Оркестр умноженного города, ассоциация любителей папье-маше, мили клуб вино и сыр месяца, орнитология мира, наверное, бумажная, не помню.
Yeah, Millie and the Paper City Orchestra. They thought they could practice here in the woods behind the house since their venue burned down.
Well, they can't. What the hell were they thinking? Besides, how did an entire orchestra escape through a maintenance tunnel? Are you making this up?
Yeah, sorry. The mugshot boys helped her out. I know how much you don't like them.
I mean, what's not to like? The fact that they're thieves and thugs? They literally stole a candy from a baby once.
But wasn't that baby an undercover cop?
Well, yeah, it was. But they didn't know that. Now, did they?
Anyways, they helped her escape the city through the East Tunnel, the one that leads to Flint's room, and she said he wasn't there. She believes he's gone missing. I need to go and check on Flint. Maybe he's still in the house, but Millie doesn't want me to go alone. She says it's possible for the Red Man to have found an exit to my house. She's really scared.
Wait, what Red Man?
She was telling me about this man, dressed completely in red. He came down to Paper City recently and was asking questions about me.
He's asking questions about you? What's so interesting about you?
Hey, I'll have you know there are a lot of people out there who find me interesting. Millie is really scared of this man. I can't leave anything to chance. Will you help me out?
Whoa there, Sugar Cup. Even if I come along, and I'm still thinking that one over. I'm afraid a crucial component that'll help in our future investigation is missing.
Your hat?
No, I'm phasing that one out.
Your magnifier?
That's right, Dollface. Now be a good assistant and go find it for me.
I'm sorry, your assistant?
You know what I mean. Now get cracking.
Okay.
It makes this place look like a proper office. Seems like Ted's onto something here. The light is off. I bet someone wasn't paying his electric bills. Well, since this office is in my closet, that window there is for purely decorative purposes. Where's the light coming from, though? It's full of Ted's past cases. Nope. Here we see a lamp in its natural habitat. It's leaning forward, ready to leap with remarkable precision. A truly fascinating predator of the wild... office? It says FBI on it. I bet it stands for Federal Bear Investigation.
Опять же, ФБР, МУР, неплохо так адаптировали.
It serves as a support for his heavy head when he passes out. It says on the bottom, now made without the use of horses. Horses? Is that something that should be specified? Did they make glue from horses? I bet this glue will be useful. Better take it with me. Left there for research purposes. That's what the phones looked like back in the days. I mean, now.
Кстати, отдельная ачивка была то, что включаешь, выключаешь вот туда-сюда патефон.
I really feel like I don't own enough shoes. And no, it's not a stereotype. It's just a fact.
Это не стереотип, это просто факт.
It's my field hockey mask. My friend Jason wants to borrow it. As far as I'm concerned, he can have it. What's the worst that can happen?
Действительно, что плохого может случиться?
What? Those must be Ted's. I got this for Flint, with my own money. It's some guardian superhero dude. Very bleak and depressing story arc.
Ланчбокс, если я правильно понимаю. Не просто какая-то коробка, а ланчбокс.
These are my clothes. The colors are more on the bright side, but I can't help it. I love vivid colors.
Так, а что у меня есть? Я могу...
I broke my mom's glasses. I better find use for this lens now.
Так, а вот что для ручки использовать, что-то я не помню. Мне надо линза, клей,
Come on.
Да, а вот что для ручки использовать? Погоди.
My former partner, Ted E. Bear.
Тедди Бэр, в смысле.
Found my magnifier yet?
Nope, not yet. Do you really need it though?
Do you really need my help?
Okay, fair enough.
Сейчас, возможно, там что-то еще. Что-то таком шумит и греется. Серьезно, игра, как это флеш обычный. Я еще проходил на моноблоке. Что он так шумит и греется, вообще не знаю. Так, нет. Во.
Oh, that's right. I remember playing with this a couple of days ago. It fell on the floor and the lens broke. I'll take the magnifier with me, but I better repair it before I return it to Ted.
Ну да, вот он как раз таки нашлась.
Yes, yes, drawers. What will they think of next?
Выдвижные ящики. Что они придумают дальше? Так.
There we go. Now I just need a lens. Voila! A perfect crime. Ted will never know.
Да. Помнишь, это где-то все поблизости вначале. Серьезно, у меня немногим сильнее греется, когда я в ассасинов играю после, там, не в последних, а
Found my magnifier yet?
Nope, not yet. Do you really need it though?
Do you really need my help?
Okay.
Не понял? Типа надо...
That's not my magnifier.
What do you mean? It's a magnifier. It magnifies and everything?
No, this is my magnifier, with the lens missing, which I'm sure you broke recently. You've replaced the lens with your mom's glasses and glued them together with kids' glue.
That's preposterous. Never have I ever.
Okay, never mind. This will do, I guess. Let's head out.
Ну, детектив, ну сразу видно, он просто наметанным своим взглядом детективским медвежьим, сразу все понял. Так, поговорить с Милли чуть можно еще?
Oh, so nice to see you two working together again. True friendship is never...
Okay, forget it. I'm going back to the office.
Mr. Bear, I know you wouldn't let little miss wander around alone. Now, would you?
Why? Is your exaggeration after her?
Listen here, Mr. Bear. Little miss needs your help. Her brother is missing. Now, you clean yourself up, get your head straight, and help her out. Or else.
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Bear.
Sure, gang up on me. Anyways, we should get going. I don't have all night.
Let's head out. Watch my back, Ted.
Он шумит и греет. Я вообще не понимаю, как это хрень. Ну, правда, там еще качается всякое. Так, ну ладно, поехали по порядку. Сэндвич?
It's a ham, bacon, lettuce, and mozzarella cheese sandwich on pimento bread. It's mounted on my wall, and it shines. So it's like a sandwich that's also kind of a lamp.
Look, doll, I'm not suggesting we go around looting the cabinets and whatnot. But how about we go and loot some cabinets and whatnot?
An old clock. My grandfather bought this. Or wanted in a duel at dawn. Can't really remember. It's a beautiful clock, though. There's some chain thingies inside. It's locked. I bet it's full of diamonds. That's something one would have lying around in a cardboard box in the middle of the hallway, right? The accentuated, almost reckless brushstrokes could be an indication of the artist's lack of formal education. Rather than paint with methodical, almost sterile precision, he instead attempts to convey his inner turmoil through his paintings, making his work better appreciated through sheer emotion.
What the hell are you talking about?
You're just such a caveman. A lamp. Nothing else to it. It shines, I can see where I'm going, but if I can see where I'm going, that means I'll hardly ever get lost. So this lamp is like a beacon, reminding me that wherever I am, I can just look around and I'll find my way back home.
Потому что реально на каждый предмет практически здесь есть эти замечания.
It's a fishing village, somewhere on the coast of Norway, probably.
I'm so glad I got dragged out in the middle of the night to look at the paintings hanging in your house. What else am I going to do, right?
It should be called Forget Me a Lot. Because I never remember to water it. Get it? A box filled with all sorts of stuff. Really just all the imaginable, useful things I need right now to solve this mystery. Packed inside a single cardboard box and left in the middle of the hallway.
It's just clothes, doll.
I know. The use of the color green is what makes this painting stand out. It's just so vivid and beautiful. You can almost taste it. It's just
weird.
Yep, it's weird. A door that leads to the attic. No, really, that's all there is to it. It leads to the attic, hence the name, the attic door.
Я вообще не помню, если где какие предметы лежат, но сейчас все это найдем, все это сделаем. Это, ну, типичный, в принципе, квест, ходишь, ищешь предметы и так далее.
It's so dark in here, Ted. I can't see anything.
The light is busted. We'll have to find a flashlight or something.
Многие вещи я буду вспоминать заново, потому что я их не помню вообще. Так, подожди, комната Флина. Стоять, это будут наши. Пойдем в комнату Флина сначала.
Wait, it's locked. But why?
This is mighty suspicious, doll. Wasn't there a hole in the study wall? You know, that one that you used to crawl through when you were younger?
You're right, Snoop. Maybe I can still fit through. It's worth checking out.
Не знаю, будет слышно. Я пипец. То есть, серьезно. Я никогда не думал, что это будет так шуметь на такой игре.
I can see the tree outside our house. It's a willow tree. I know this because 2 years ago at the hospital, my mom told the doctor I fell from a willow tree. It was that one.
Rust.
Лаконичненько.
Look, doll, I'm not suggesting we go around, but how about...
Понял.
My old trusty lamp. I never walk around this hallway without her. A painting, or is it? I see 3 anthropomorphic mailboxes dancing to the captivating beats of the J. Summers Jazz Quartet. A save point. Nah, just kidding. What is this, Resident Evil? We have autosave, you dingus.
Ну вот ради этого стоит потыкать везде здесь. Они такие коры надо мучить.
A painting? Or is it some sort of ink blot test? For when you get tired of walking up and down this hallway. It's I don't know. You kind of lose your imagination after the 10,000th useless item. It's a lamp. Oh my, those curtains are wide open. The reflection from the glass is unflattering. I prefer to leave some of the view to the imagination, thank you very much. It's a tree, like the ones outside, only this one is inside. It's creepy. I don't like it.
А, серьезно, просто так можно зайти? Погоди, я думал, я не помню уже, говорю, все эти вещи. Я думал, нас расти не пустит туда.
Hey there, Rust. It's been a while.
Sure has, Snoop. Still walking the beat?
Not lately. I finally took some time out to sort things out.
He's pretending he's retired. It takes a lot out of him, apparently.
Well, you couldn't have picked a worse time to retire, Snoop. Things are getting close to boiling point down in the city.
What's going on, Rust?
Wish I could tell you, Bear. I'm as clueless as the rest of them. One thing I know is that I was working at the steel mill one day. The damn place got blown up.
Вот жалко, может только один выбрать, то есть это там на повторное прохождение, если вот все эти реплики хочешь посмотреть, то есть нельзя там вернуться.
We've heard the city is in lockdown.
Sure is. It's been like that since the mill exploded. The official statement is that there was a gas leak down at the basement level, but we all know better.
So you think it wasn't an accident? You think someone is trying to cover something up?
I wouldn't go that far, miss. My suspicion is that the officials don't want to make a big deal out of it. Keep the folks at ease.
What about the mill owner, that Dietz fellow? He made any enemies lately? Filed any big insurance claim or something?
Nah, Bear. Mr. Dietz is a straight-up bird. Besides, his son was down at the mill when it happened. Kid got a little ear buzz is all.
Нет, вот здесь какие-то можно.
So no one leaves or enters the city at this point?
That's what the lockdown implies, Bear. Folks are still escaping, though. I hear some of them got here through the tunnels. Them mugshot boys were the first to flee, and poor old Millie. I hear she got here safe.
Millie's in my room. She's resting.
Bless your kind heart, little miss. I'll stay here in the hallway. Keep an eye out.
Can you do it, Rust? You seem kind of tired.
I ain't no bunny, little miss. Some buster tries to pull a fast one on me, I'll give him a little chin music before I drop a dime on him to the elbows.
What?
He's saying he can do it. How'd you escape?
I used the east tunnel maintenance shaft, but the thing was getting close to collapsing. I think they closed it off completely after I got through.
Ну вот, нет, можно, значит, я... Опять же, все это помню. Так.
You know anything about the Yellow King?
Not really. I guess they left the thing wide open, like open to interpretation. I personally didn't think much of it.
We've heard rumors about some red man. Know anything about that?
I sure do. He's the damn reason all this is happening, Bear. So this Red shows up down in PC. This was a week ago. He goes after the thugs first. Gathers information and such. No one thought nothing of it. Couple of beaten up lowlifes here and there. It's a common trade with these guys, you know? Then, the fire started. I hear a couple of guys down from the coal district gathered a posse. Try to corner this bird. No one heard from him since. And those guys are miners, Bear. They're as tough as nails.
Who is?
Those guys, Ted.
What kind of information is he after?
Well, here's the funny part, Snoop. I heard he was asking a lot of questions about our beloved Miss here. That's why I'm here. After Doris and the kids left the city, I figured I'd come here and make sure Amber stays safe. Now, don't you be dragging her on one of your ill-advised adventures, Bear.
Are you kidding me? Anyways, why would this guy be going around asking about her? You know anything about this, doll? Anyone whose life you're messing with? Besides mine, I mean. Angry boyfriend, perhaps?
Don't get smart. I never heard of this red guy until tonight. Besides, you're the only man in my life, Bear.
Who's getting smart now? So, what kind of information is this guy after, Rust?
Haven't I told you about this already? He's asking about our little miss here. Is he all right?
He's fine. He's just sleepy and grumpy and, like, totally not drunk.
Nah, I'm fine. I'm just sleepy and grumpy because she dragged me out in the middle of the night on some wild goose chase.
Nice to see you two are getting along after all these years.
Have you seen Flint, Rusty? Millie told me he might be missing.
I'm sorry, little miss. I'm afraid I haven't seen your brother. But I'm sure he's fine. Flint is a tough kid. Besides, no one has left or entered this room since I got here.
Well, we better get cracking. Catch you later, Rust.
Sure thing, Snoop.
Thank you, Rusty. Bye.
Bye, little miss. Don't worry about your brother. I'm sure he's all right.
Сначала туда зайдем, я не помню.
It's locked. I mean, of course it is.
Ну ладно. Как туда можно бы попасть? Пипец он шумит комп. Что ж такое в этой игре-то?
Hey, a flashlight. But there are no batteries inside.
There's bound to be some in the house.
We can ask Rusty if he'll give us one of his. I'll take the flashlight with me.
Возьму с собой. Да, там 2 батарейки нужно.
A book titled It's a Wonderful Lie, The Judicial System and How to Exploit It for Profit. So many stupid words. I hate boring books. It looks pretty. The sand, I bet, came from somewhere far away.
That dim-witted boy sells these down at the local market. So the sand probably came from...
Nope, somewhere far away. Maybe some desert.
Sure, the desert.
Ты этого не видел вообще. Он записывается как рабочий стол, поэтому и выскочивает. Ты этого не видел, все, ни в коем случае вообще, все, молчи. Поскольку там слова, я не буду, короче, загораживать, наверное, ничем. Так.
So many places to visit. If I had a lot of money, I would spin this and travel to where my finger lands. Hopefully not in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Может, поэтому он еще так, не знаю.
Let's take this bad boy for a spin.
Там есть, говорю, ачивка под это дело.
I just love these old paintings. If I fail in my quest to become a world-renowned novelist and Pulitzer Prize winner, maybe I'll become a painter.
Sure. Are they letting just anyone be a painter these days?
Hey, I'm only 10 years old. The world is my oyster.
Please, whoever finds this log, I'm one of the developers, for bear with me. I didn't want to do it. They've made me.
Я этого тоже не помню.
Please send some. Oh no, I can hear him coming.
Wow, that's just disturbing.
Yep.
Так, а сохраниться здесь его нельзя, да? А, нет, можно, отлично, давай сохранимся. Да. А, вот это я помню, что будет. Сейчас, во-первых, где?
There's a small key up there. It looks lonely.
I guess you could say. It's just hanging around.
Hanging around.
My grandpa's books. I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but these look so boring. A book titled Indoctrination of Roman Dutch Law in the Courts of South Africa. Well, that makes no sense whatsoever.
Так, а здесь, по-моему, вот так вот, да?
We'll have to find another way.
Да, он не может пока
A book
достать.
titled Objection, Your Honor. The most commonly used phrases in TV courtroom dramas. I'll allow it. Only for looking, not for touching, according to my mom. It's a decorative plaque of some sort, or an award for wood chopping? I don't really know. I've always loved this painting. It looks familiar in a way. I feel like I've been there before.
Huh, yeah? How come you're not in it?
My grandpa's books. I know you're not supposed to judge a... It looks expensive. My grandpa... I know you... It's Anubis, protector of the deceased. It's so common you would think people have an almost unnatural fascination with death. There's a number written underneath. 107. What does it mean?
10-7's the police code for an unconscious or a dead person.
That's a little grim.
I don't make the rules. I sure as hell don't follow them either.
Я не помню, мало ли есть код для чего-то нужен или нет.
It's growing from the sand.
Aren't you perceptive, doll? You should have been a detective.
And you should have been a 10-year-old girl, because you grow like one.
Перевод, конечно, так.
Just shining away. I have a similar one in my room.
You have the same lamp in your room. It's just asset reuse. Those lazy artists.
It's a small boat in the middle of a storm. I hope they made it out.
You know how they say, doll. It's not the size of the boat, but the motion in the ocean.
What does that even mean?
I think it means that it doesn't really matter how big the ship is. It will probably sink if the storm is strong enough.
Such a tragedy.
Что обрывается
It's a
фраза.
small house in the country. It looks so peaceful there. I wish I had more time to appreciate every piece of art I come across.
Он немножко успокоился, да, когда перестал так скачивать. Хрен поймешь. Так, здесь нету ничего больше, окей.
Highly breakable. Believe me, I know. Nothing interesting about it. Lex iniusta non est lex? Funny made-up words. Although they have a certain righteous ring to them. Ew, cigars are gross. Of all the places in the world, the flavor country seems least appealing to me. This chair is so comfortable, but we don't have time to sit around. Well, Ted will probably need to at some point. He's getting old.
Huh? Ah, I wasn't listening. You just ramble on sometimes.
You didn't hear me 'cause you're old.
Он сказал, не расслышал, он сказал, я не слушал, что ты там болтаешь. Так.
This won't work. It usually takes 2 or more of these.
То есть так вот. Давайте сейчас мы возьмем батарейку, и тогда на этом будем, собственно, первую серию и заканчивать.
What the hell? What was that?
I don't know, Ted. Lights? Tricks?
Yeah, I guess. I'm getting too old for this.
This thing.
Yeah, sounds right.
Not really.
Конечно, надо сказать, I'm too old for this shit, но... Это детская игра, поэтому сказать этого не может.
Rust, we need a big favor.
What's this about, Bear?
Rusty, we need a battery for our flashlight. We thought you could help us out.
Sure, I got batteries, but here's the problem, miss. If I give you a battery, I gotta shut down for the rest of the night, and I have to keep an eye out.
Can't you give us just one battery, Rusty? You'll still have a couple of them left, right?
Here's the thing, little miss. It's a closed circuit.
She knows. She's just playing on your soft side, Rust. We could take some of that edge off, Rust. Why don't you rest your eyes for a bit and let me and the doll here take over?
You? No offense, Bear. I respect you as much as anyone in Paper City, but this here is different. I don't think you could handle this red guy on your own. You should take care of Miss and Millie and leave the patrol to me.
Are you saying I'm not qualified for watch duty? We have to wrap this thing up, fast. There's a bottle of carrot juice in my desk that's longing for my return. We can keep an eye out for anyone suspicious in the meantime. Besides, you know I'm more than qualified. That nasty business from a couple of years ago, with them robots going missing. I was the one that brought that whole shady affair down, and you know it.
Are you trying to play me, Bear? I know you had nothing to do with that. That thing went so high up, there's no chance in hell a snoop like you even got close to wrapping it up.
You seem to have blown a fuse there, Rust. It was me who cracked that case, and I can prove it. I have the case file and the credentials, handed to me by the commissioner in my office somewhere.
Okay, settle down there, Bear. Let's make a deal. You show me the credentials, and I'll hand over the battery. It's not that I don't believe you. I just want to make sure you're not playing me is all.
Ted and Amber move away.
Oh my god, Ted, you're not supposed to read the brackets. A do-over?
Keep it rolling! We should get to my office, doll. There's an old file I have to find.
What's this whole deal about anyways? Why can't he just give us a battery? We can keep an eye out.
Rust is having a hard time coping with what happened. He worked in that mill for over 20 years, and now suddenly he's got nothing to do. Let's just do this to humor him.
Poor Rust. Okay, you're right. Let's find that file.
I think by the time this is over, we're going to meet a lot of people in his position.
Ладно, давайте на этом первую серию закончим. Такая игрушка, она классная, я не знаю, мне нравится. Там постоянно какие-то и ломание четвертой стены и прочее. Ну, там все, конечно, все классно, все здорово. Но поскольку это, ну, квест, визуальная новелла, такой средний, установок квест. Вот. Но он довольно простенький, поэтому там никаких убер-сложных задач нет. Ссылка на плейлист в описании. Подписывайтесь на канал, вступайте в группу, подписывайтесь на канал по обзорам фильмов, на канал автора музыкальной темы, на канал душевные игры, на канал Роза Процельса и на канал Капов Крип. Щелкайте на колокольчик, чтобы приходили уведомления о новых видео и рассмотрите возможность поддержать канал материально. Ссылки на все реквизиты есть в описании каждому видео. Всем всего доброго, эти хорошие игры, всем пока.